Our Community, showcasing the talent of our high desert communities. Our Community, presented by CYAP, serving to educate, inform, and inspire the citizens of our communities. Hosted by Giles Smith. Civic leaders, law enforcement, and education officials who are dedicated to making our community, as our one nation under God, a safer, happier, more productive, and more prosperous place to live.
Hello, my name is Giles Smith, and I'm the director of the CYP. I want to welcome you to the 2013 High School All-Star Football Game Classic.
South All-Stars, big play offense, touchdowns by air, by land, by air, and by the defense, accounting for the scoring in the 6th annual contest showcasing the High Desert's top senior talent. This sun-drenched January Saturday, Atlanta High School's Saints Stadium. That's not to say the blue-jerseyed North struggled throughout. Nearly a defensive touchdown here, a trip to pay dirt called back. Victor Valley Christian's Caleb Rowley kicks off for the South into the end zone. E.J. Watts connects with Burrow's teammate Jackson French on the North's first play, a 23-yard completion. 5 of the 10 touchdown passes by Watts this season snared by French. Watts, at 5'11", 165 pounds, threw for over 1,400 yards for the Burrows. 67, Jack Hammond of Burrows, big block ahead of Barstow's Marquise Jones. Oak Hill's linebacker Casey Campbell, 34, among the tacklers with 77, Serrano's Sean Shanks. Gain of 6, just shy of the 50. Silverado's Ryan Silveria cuts behind Marquise Jones' block, picks up 2 into South Territory. Shanks trips up Silveria. Cody Penfold, 7. Philip Hernandez, 13. Richard Holguin, 00, converge. Watts forced from the pocket, gain of 1. The 5'9", 200-pound Campbell with the stop, 3rd and long. High snap and mishandled handoff, the game's first turnover, Cody Penfold. Sultana's 5'9", 185-pound linebacker, number 7, with the recovery, right at the 50. Andrew Robbins at the helm for the South. Following a first down incompletion, Apple Valley's Tyler Murphy picks up 4 of his 81 rushing yards on the day. Center Ryan Kistner guards Daniel James and Jay Lee, tackles Joel Sandals and Matt Hijazen up front for the South. On 3rd down, Murphy follows Hijazen's block and carries to the 20. Marquise Jones brings Murphy down. A face mask penalty puts the South at the 10. Robbins' first down pass to DeAndre Williams out of bounds. Silverado's Derek Jones, 13, in coverage. 2nd and goal at the 10. Williams tries to get outside, but Barstow's Tracy Venable, 14, and Big Bear's Lane Dowdy, 55, drop Williams for an 8-yard loss. Robbins goes right back to Williams on 3rd and long. Andrew to DeAndre, the crossing route, and it's Pater from 18 out for the 6', 180-pound Diamondbacks, Mr. Versatility.
The wide open. Coach said do a drag, so I did a drag. And number 6 from Apple Valley got my block, and it's an easy touchdown.
It was just a simple 4 route, which is just a drag over the middle. And I mean, DeAndre just came open because the linebackers couldn't keep up with him. And it was just an easy throw. Pretty much DeAndre did all the work. Made me look good.
Lane Dowdy, 55, and Desert's Anthony Vigilante, 28, looked good in stopping the conversion attempt. 00's Silverado's Celestra Asuega. 5 minutes in, South's up 6-0. Silverado's Landon Coleman, number 2, returns the kickoff. Oak Hill's Chase Jeffrey, 6, with the open field tackle. Desert's Brandon Valdez, 21, met in the backfield by Oak Hill's linebacker Philip Hernandez. Watts on the keeper, wins the race at the corner and picks up a first down. Casey Campbell drives Watts out of bounds. Watts' pass broken up by Campbell. Ryan Silveria, the intended target. A 2nd down incompletion followed by Watts' thwarted attempt on the keeper. Philip Hernandez with the tackle. Following North's punt, Robbins goes deep for Williams, but it's nearly picked off by Tracy Venable. 2nd and 10 from their 40, Robbins keeps, brought down by Venable teammate Marquise Jones of the Aztecs. A 3rd down incompletion leads to Chase Jeffrey's punt, fielded by Tracy Venable. Kenneth Carcamo leads coverage of the kick. Philip Hernandez goes airborne. Venable refuses to go down easily. South taking over at their own 10. Jackson French tries to get wide. Excelsior's Kyle Washington with the tackle. No gain. Granite Hill's Derek Patterson gets outside, sprinting for a pickup of 10. Good for the 1st down. Stop made by Little Rock's 6'1", 190-pound Davion Heflin. Following an incomplete pass, the double pass. Boron's Austin Russell, 83. Broken up by Serrano's Cade Trapila, 5. Back to the ground game, but Kenneth Carcamo, 42, and Casey Campbell, 34, combined to stop Riverside Prep's Will Smith. Final play of the 1st quarter. Granite's Patterson, enough for the 1st down. Capola with the tackle. After 1, it's South 6-0. Austin Fink, 13, Boron's 3,000 yards quarterback, 43 TD passes this season. 88, Austin Beltram of Oak Hills, serving notice that pass attempts come with some pressure applied. Fink on target here, but to no avail. Jackson Finch's punt, fielded by DeAndre Williams. Tacklers include Riverside Prep's Russell Plucker, 94, Jonas Linebaugh, 55, Barstow, 50, William Fafita, Silverado. The next minute 23 really determines the outcome of the contest. Here comes primetime Tyler Murphy, remindful of a Barry Sanders. Spinning away in the backfield. One is DeAndre Williams with the block on cornerback Quan Turner. Murphy, 53 yards. Kyle Pittman of Barstow dives to no avail. Touchdown, South. The 5'8", 170-pound Sun Devil speedster credits his blockers.
DeAndre had me blocked downfield, and I just caught right off of him, and to the end zone it was.
Andrew Robbins, the slant pattern to Oak Hill's Tyrone Gilmore. 14-0 South, 1 minute into the 2nd stanza. Rolling's kickoff. Derek Patterson fields it. 22 is Anthony Bryant of Little Rock. With 7, Chris Washington of Desert. Patterson's return 18 yards to the 25. Serrano 6'2", Sean Shanks. Spin move, jars the ball into the air. It bounces away from Philip Hernandez, 13. It's Jack Hammond of Burroughs who pounces on the ball, avoiding disaster. The North dodges a bullet, but the South is about to fire another volley. Next play. Fink's aerial intercepted by Big Bear's Gabe Cicero at the 18. Add 6 to the South's total.
I don't really know how to describe it. It was just jump that play nicely like we practiced all week.
Matt Hajazin's long snap. John Hawkins hold. Caleb Rolling's kick. Good. 15 points for the South in that minute 23. It's 22-0. From this point on, the teams play to a standoff. Will Smith's return of the short kickoff gives the North excellent field position. But the North's front line should have been told, protect your passer as well as the precariously positioned cameraman. Sean Shanks with the sack. 76 is Little Rock's Juan Contreras. Tracy Venable steps in at quarterback and is greeted just as rudely. 70 is Apple Valley's Tyler Bernal. 1, Big Bear's Johnny Diaz. Austin Fink returns and displays his talents, scrambling and a strike to Silverado's 6'2", 195-pound Landon Coleman. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. You have to see pre-game interviews to fully appreciate that. This time, it's Fink on the ground, just does evade Little Rock's Juan Contreras and carries inside the 20 before upended out of bounds by Serrano's Daniel Epperson. Then it's Derek Patterson, cutting behind blocks from a couple of Hawks, Celestia Oswego and Richard Mendoza, before Cade Trippola comes up to make the stop. Oswego gets the call, and it takes a gang of 6 to drive him back. The defense of both teams are dominating at this point. Fink's front fails to protect, and Sultana's 6-foot, 250-pound Richard Holguin buries him. Undeterred, Fink sets up and fires again. This time, it's Serrano's Daniel Epperson in the end zone with the interception. 3 is Big Bear's John Hawkins. Rims 62 Daniel James pulls and clears the path. Hawkins' first carry, 37 yards, before Dominic Silva and Kyle Pittman bring him down. Desert's Anthony Vigilante, 28, sees to it that the same thing doesn't happen when Hawkins heads his way. So Hawkins tries the middle. Riverside preps Will Smith with the tackle after a short gain. Once more, it's Hawkins, and this time it's Boron's Mike Howard, 18, leading the tacklers. 4th and short. Celestia Oswego makes first contact. The North's interior denies the thrust. Jack Hammond of Burroughs, Granite's Brandon Olson, Barstow's Austin Crank, all accessories at the point of attack. Taking over on downs, the South and Austin Fink. Short pass to Tracy Venable, who eludes one tackler before Casey Campbell trips him up. Right back to Venable, the 5'10", 165-pound Aztec. Another first down into South territory. Fink rolls to his left, buying time, and goes for Ryan Silveria, but it's Cade Trippola instead. Almost an interception. Watch Blue 66, Silverado's 320-pound DeJuan Gary doing battle in pass protection. Jackson French the target. Fink's completion moves the ball deeper into the South. Daily Press Defensive Player of the Year Kenneth Carcamo with the tackle. Fink again tries to find French. Casey Campbell breaks it up. Time is running out in the first half. 2 incompletions later, it's halftime. The South lead 22-0. Community Youth Athletic Academic Program, serving to inform, educate, and inspire. Providing after-school sports activities for youngsters, informing residents of resources available, educating those seeking life-improving direction. The annual High Desert Seniors All-Star Football Classic. Top seniors from all area high schools, showcased and rewarded for their commitment to character-building athletics. To learn how you can contribute to the success of the High Desert Seniors All-Star Football Classic, go to www.thecyap.com. CYAP, Community Youth Athletic Academic Program, serving to educate, inform, inspire. The blue jersey North defense cranks it up the second half after trailing 22-0 at the intermission. We resume with the second half kickoff. Desert's Chris Washington kicks off to open the second half. DeAndre Williams pulled down by Will Smith, 20, along with Brandon Olson, 52, and Anthony Applequist, 5. Daniel Epperson at quarterback for the South. Tracy Venable, 14, then Anthony Vigilante, 28, for a loss on the play. Second down, Austin Crank and Marquise Jones pass rush. Epperson goes deep for Cade Tropila. Flags everywhere, offsetting penalties. Still second. Epperson goes right back to Diamondbacks teammate Tropila. Barstow's Kyle Pittman, 8, breaks it up, bringing up third and long. Errant snap, Austin Crank, 9, and Alex Beecroft, 13, converge. North's defense forces a south punt on the first series of the second half. The 6'1", 180-pound Crank is out of Barstow. Big Bear's Lucas Jeffries lofts the punt. North's first series of the half to begin inside their 20. Riverside Prep quarterback Tyler Stewart hands off to Desert's Brandon Valdez following a south offsides. Valdez breaks one tackle before brought down by Big Bear's Lucas Jenkins, 33. Valdez rushed for over 1,200 yards for Coach Chris Hinton's 7-5 Scorpions, scoring 10 touchdowns in the process. Stewart's pass nearly picked off by Casey Campbell, then almost caught by Landon Coleman. It's ruled incomplete. Derek Patterson takes the handoff, but is met by big Austin Beltram, 88, and 70, Tyler Bernal. The North's series ends with an unfielded punt. The South goes back on offense at their own 25. But the North made defensive adjustments at halftime. The South's Anthony Bryant is met by blue jersey Will Smith, 20, Celeste Asuega, 00, Barstow's Dominic Silva, 52, and Silverado's 230-pound William Fafita, number 50. Epperson back to the air. The battle between a pair of number 14s. Tracy Venable, the defender, kills Tyrone Gilmer, the intended receiver. Here's the North's biggest defensive play of the game. Barstow's Dominic Silva jars the ball loose, gets the favorable bounce, and rambles inside the 5. A touchdown, but for Anthony Bryant's speedy pursuit. A brilliant play by Silva, nonetheless. First and goal at the 3. Sultana's 00, Richard Hogeen, submarines and sabotages the blast with plenty of help from Sean Shanks and company. Marquise Jones held to no gain. E.J. Watts returns at quarterback, and the Burros signal caller carries into the end zone. But a holding penalty against the North nullifies the scoring effort, setting up second and goal back at the 13. Tyler Stewart looks for Boron's Austin Russell in the end zone, broken up by Little Rock's 6'1", 190-pound Davion Heflin. Third and goal at the 13. A third down incompletion brings Austin Fink back in. The Boron quarterback throws to Jackson French, who lays out but cannot make the grab. The South's defense has denied the North's deepest drive and kept the shutout intact. Score remains 22-0. 22 is Little Rock's Anthony Bryant. The 5'8", 170-pound Bryant averaged 6 yards a carry for Coach James Vandra's Lobos. Granite Hill's 6'4", 270-pound Julian Jones stops this play before it starts. Epperson throws for Tyrone Gilmer, broken up by Tracy Venable. A fourth down penalty against the North keeps the South's drive alive. Another fine defensive effort by the North. Dominic Silva leads tacklers in denying Tyler Murphy yardage up the middle. Next play, Marquise Jones and Jack Hammond combine to drop Murphy for a loss. Again, the North's second half defensive adjustments paying off. An incomplete pass on third and long. The South's forced to punt. The North sets up shop inside their 30 with E.J. Watts back in at quarterback. Watts goes to Jackson French, who stays in bounds and dashes across midfield. The North back into South territory. The gain 43 yards. The 5-yard infraction makes it 1st and 15. Desert's Chris Washington carries. Big Bear's 6'1", 206-pound Lucas Jenkins spins him down. Jenkins, the leading tackler for Coach Chris Griffith's 9-3 Bears this past season. Watts, forced from the pocket by Sean Shanks. Watts scrambles, connects with Jackson French, and the North is back in the red zone at the South 17. This time, Watts cannot escape Sean Shanks' rush. Second sack for the 6'2", 185-pound Diamondbacks defender. With that sack, 3/4 are in the bag. South maintains its 22-0 advantage, but the North is threatening. Watts goes for it all, trying to connect with Landon Coleman to open the fourth. Going for it on 4th down, Austin Russell, the diving attempt. 4th time for the North in the red zone. No points to show for it. Following an incomplete 1st down aerial attempt, Anthony Bryant tries to get outside. Kyle Pittman first contact. Venable and Vigilante immediately thereafter. Epperson tries to salvage something after the bad snap. Austin Crank registers the sack. The South forced to punt. The North is back on offense at its own 30. Austin Fink, strong throw, caught by Landon Coleman, pickup of 8. But 3 straight incompletions turn it back over on downs. The North's stop Tyler Murphy adjustment succeeds again. Dominic Silva leading the tacklers. Gives us time to mention the officials who volunteered their time to CYAP to work the game. Brandon McAnulty, Dennis Dietz, Vincent Jacobo, David Castro, Kenneth Lindsay, Gerald Thomas, and Rick Martinez. The public address announcer, Ken Shoemaker. On 2nd down, Epperson to DeAndre Williams for a short gain. Kyle Pittman and Aztec teammate Dominic Silva in on the stop. Third down, Epperson scrambles, comes up just shy of the 1st down. Celestra Oswega tripping him up. The South goes for it on 4th down. Epperson with a strike to Tyrone Gilmer, but Tracy Venable pries it loose. Incomplete pass. Excellent play by Venable. The North's offense back in business. Elijah James, the direct snap, gets to the 45 before dragged down by Kenneth Carcamo. Watts tries to buy time. Evades Ren's Horacio Basio before hemmed in by Little Rock's Edgar Avidia, 74, and Oak Hill's Casey Campbell, 34. Watts drops it off to Tracy Venable. It's Casey Campbell again on defense. The North forced to punt. The South will set up inside their own 40. DeAndre Williams tries to reverse the fortunes of the South's 2nd half running attack, reverses field, and carries past midfield, but the flag, you see, brings this one back. Epperson's been trying to connect with the receiver behind the North's secondary the entire 2nd half. He finally succeeds, hooking up with Tyrone Gilmer, a gain of 40 yards. Epperson looks to throw again. Barstow's Austin Crank has Epperson in his sights. A sack for Crank, who averaged 10 tackles a game for the Aztecs. One incomplete pass later, Epperson connects with Williams, who pulls it in between Anthony Applequist and Kyle Pittman.
Nice catch, number 1.
The North stops the running play. Alex Beecroft, Dominic Silva, Derek Jones, all in on the tackle. The South goes back to the air. This time, Tyrone Gilmer with the touchdown reception. An 11-yard scoring play from Daniel Epperson. Epperson, the All-CIF Diamondbacks quarterback and Daily Press Offensive Player of the Year. E.J. Watts trying to move the North into scoring position. Philip Hernandez and Gabe Cicero break this one up. Jacob Sherwood, 50, and Sean Shanks, 77, hurry Watts throw here. Davion Heflin capitalizes and runs it back, but it's called back. Intended receiver Jackson French knocked down while the ball was in the air. Still a play Davion Heflin will treasure to remember in his final high school gridiron encounter. Watts looks deep again, but scrambles instead, carrying out of bounds to stop the clock. A gain of 14. The quick pass to Landon Coleman. Tyler Bernal and Kyle Washington there to put a quick end to that play. One more play for the North. Watts as Landon Coleman climbs high to make the catch. But it's not enough for the first down. The South takes over and runs out the clock. The South All-Stars prevail in the 6th annual High Desert Seniors All-Star Game, 28-0. Player of the game, and play of the game for that matter, Tyler Murphy, the 53-yard touchdown to start the second quarter. Murphy went on to lead all ball carriers with 81 yards on 5 carries, nearly all in the first half, as the South mounted a 22-0 halftime lead. The South's victory evened the All-Star Game series at 3 wins apiece. The CYAP, Community Youth Athletic and Academic Program, expresses its appreciation to the sponsors, including major sponsor It's a Gas to Go to Class. Appreciation also extended to the volunteers making this event possible and a resounding success. Thank you to the Silverado cheerleaders and to the cheer squads and drill teams that performed and competed.
On behalf of the CYP, I want to thank you for supporting the High School All-Star Game Classic. See you again next year.
Community Youth Athletic Academic Program, serving to inform, educate, and inspire. Providing after-school sports activities for youngsters, informing residents of resources available, educating those seeking life-improving direction. The annual High Desert Seniors All-Star Football Classic. Top seniors from all area high schools, showcased and rewarded for their commitment to character-building athletics. To learn how you can contribute to the success of the High Desert Seniors All-Star Football Classic, go to www.thecyap.com. CYAP, Community Youth Athletic Academic Program, serving to educate, inform, inspire. It's a gas to go to class, rewarding students for perfect attendance. Victorville Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram gave away this Jeep in 2012 at its festive gala celebration. Nearly 1,000 local students achieving perfect attendance. The Jeep Patriot, among hundreds of prizes.
An iPod, they get a $1,000 grant from the Hispanic Chamber Foundation, and each semifinalist is also getting a $500 gift card that they are giving to their favorite teacher from the California Teachers Association, and of course, each one of them gets a key, but only one of those keys actually starts the car.
Apple Valley sophomore Sidney Toney won the 2012 Jeep Patriot. This year, more schools are involved, and 2 Dodge Darts will be given away to students with perfect attendance.
The message from Victorville Motors and all of our family and staff is congratulations on you students that have perfect attendance this year.
It's a Gas, major sponsor of the High Desert Seniors All-Star Football Classic. Our community, showcasing the talent of our high desert communities. Our community, presented by CYAP, serving to educate, inform, and inspire the citizens of our communities. Hosted by Giles Smith. Civic leaders, law enforcement, and education officials who are dedicated to making our community, as our one nation under God, a safer, happier, more productive, and more prosperous place to live.
This is our community, baby. Thank you very much.